So thank you for this opportunity. You just came from Ukraine, and it was the first time you visited the country in war in this region. What is your impression? How did you feel about the leadership, and how did you feel about the people?
Well, I felt it was really important for me to go to Ukraine because it is on our agenda almost on a weekly basis in the Security Council. And I wanted to be able to speak from experience. And I can only say it was an eye-opening experience for me to, see the strength and the courage of the Ukrainians, from the president on down to little children that I met, but also to see the devastation that this war is having on Ukraine and the people of Ukraine. And I left there absolutely more committed to doing everything possible to end this war.
You met President Zelenskyy. Mr. Sullivan met President Zelenskyy just a few days before you. There are a lot of discussions about possible peace plan, and President Zelenskyy lay out his conditions for the peace plan. How do you see this possible peace plan going forward?
Well, certainly I see Ukraine in the driver's seat, and having President Zelenskyy lay out his conditions, I think sets a very strong platform for any discussions that might go forward on peace. But truthfully, this ends tomorrow if Russia pulls its troops out of Ukraine. And there won't be any need for talks. Kids can go back to school. Ukrainians can start to rebuild their lives. They can start to return home. This is in Putin's hands, and we need to keep the pressure on President Putin.
It's true. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he's planning to stop. What are the challenges and worst-case scenario you can see in this crisis, this war?
Well, currently the biggest crisis is winter, and I was there to look at the winterization program. Russia is attacking Ukraine's infrastructure. They are attacking their energy and electricity grid. They're attacking water systems, and that will make it very, very hard for people to get through what is predicted to be a very cold winter. So I did go with the idea of talking to the humanitarian agencies about their contingency plans for addressing this the winter moving forward, and I've had those discussions here as well.
United States show leadership in coordinating and organizing international community in support of Ukraine. However, some countries are not on board in supporting Ukraine. And what kind of challenges do you see in this regard, specifically before the G20 summit that is coming up?
I think the biggest challenge is to really communicate that this is not a war between Russia and the United States. It's not between East and West. This is an attack on the UN Charter. It is an attack on the sovereignty of Ukraine, an independent country, on the integrity of their borders. And that is the message that we want to get across as we go into the G20. It is a message that we work every day to get across at the United Nations. And I think we have had great success. I mean, getting 143 countries to condemn Russia's attempted annexation of Ukrainian territory, I think was a major achievement. And we will keep working to build this coalition of countries who are prepared to very publicly condemn Russia's actions.
You mentioned UN Charter, and my next question would be about challenge for UN Charter, and specifically about Russia on Security Council. They break the rules. They broke international rules. Why they're still on the Security Council, and are you planning to deal with it?
They have challenged the charter. They've challenged everything that we believe in. We do not think that the kinds of actions that Russia is taking in Ukraine are worthy of a country that is a permanent member of the Security Council. That said, they are a permanent member. So what we're working to do in the Council and in the UN is to isolate them, to condemn them, to isolate them, to kick them off of those entities where we're able to kick them off. We were able to suspend them from the Human Rights Council, work to suspend them and kick them off of other UN bodies. And we will continue to condemn them in the Security Council.
Do you see the path of them kicking them out from Security Council?
I don't see that path, but I don't think that we should give up on that possibility if presented the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.